Welcome back, ladies. Coming up, it's hair today, gone tomorrow. Beauty expert Sarah Jagger's helping remove upper lip hair. Lovely, that's at midday.
First, to air of a different kind. Airs. Over at Downton, last Sunday night's emotional episode. For our next guest, the ramifications below stairs are yet to be felt.
But for the time being, they've got more than enough going on in their own lives to worry about than those upstairs.
Could we all begin the day's tasks, please?
What are you talking about having babies for, Ivy? I think we can leave that for a little further down the menu.
What is that in there? It's magic.
It's one of the tricks of the trade.
I can see he likes you, and that's good.
Thank her, Daisy.
Yes, thank you.
Never fear, Duchess. I'll get a baby out of you one way or another.
What's happening? Oh, God. Oh, God! What's happening?
God, no!
Is there anything we should do, Mr. Garrison?
Carry on, Daisy.
Now get back in the kitchen and do as you're told.
And all we can do now is cherish her memory.
Can you manage?
What's it going?
Well, we just love it, don't we?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Not sure we could love it anymore. It's almost unhealthy how much we love
I know,
it.
I haven't got over Sunday night yet, though.
Well, no, and we'll talk about that, I think, first. With us now are Downton's newest recruits, Ed Spilliers. We've got Cara Theobald and Matt Milne, and welcome both of you.
Hello.
All of you,
Hello.
both of you,
Hello.
three of you. So, what the hell happened?
Well, she died.
That's blunt.
It was such a well-kept secret. I mean, there's not many of those that within TV we don't get little whisperings of, or that Sharon Marshall doesn't come in and tell us in the week.
It was a real shock.
Yeah.
So for you guys then, what was it like when did you find out that was what was in the story?
Oh, it must have been...
Quite early on, really.
Yeah, very early
quite
on.
early on, because you're sort of getting the scripts as they, you get them in blocks. You normally get sort of episode 1 and 2, then 3 and 4 as they're coming out. So we did know quite early on, and it's quite a difficult thing trying to keep it under wraps to yourself, from your own friends and family.
So were you all sworn to secrecy?
Yes.
Yeah. Don't
Well
say
done.
a word.
Yeah.
So, Ed, for you, coming in, it's a huge juggernaut of a show. I mean, everybody loves it, everybody watches it. You're the new boy on set. Had you been watching it beforehand yourself?
I'd seen the first series myself when it first came out, and then when I knew I was going in for a meeting, I'd just finished a previous job, and I knew I was going in. I got quite excited, but it was one of those that, as the auditions were coming in, and I started having to work on the sort of the Yorkshire accent, and I got the part. My friends, and particularly my male friends, said, "You're going to ruin the show for us," because they were so sort of engrossed with this Sunday night show.
It's a nightmare if you know someone who's in the cast. Is that what they're saying?
Pretty much, yeah.
He was going to be a Cockney, though, wasn't he?
I tried him out as a Cockney in the first audition, and they well, supposedly they liked it, but I think they wanted him to be very much a Yorkshire lad.
Well, he's in a bit of a nightmare situation at the moment, isn't he, with Thomas?
Some people might not see it as a nightmare situation.
Well, only because he's unsure of what to do. I mean, he's ambitious, so he wants to move up the ranks.
Yes.
But there's obviously this sort of underlying thread
Well,
of...
look, this moment, the clock winding moment.
What Thomas's intentions are.
Oh, I see. So I mean, obviously we couldn't possibly ask where that goes, but...
Where does it go?
But where does it go?
Will there be more clock winding action?
What time is it?
Oh, don't worry about that.
I think the relationship between Thomas and Jimmy is an interesting one, and I think, as you were saying, Holly, that Jimmy is sort of caught between a rock and a hard place. He wants to excel within his job, but also, if he's to be found, perhaps being a homosexual man, there are huge ramifications. You could go to prison. Yeah, you could go to prison. You'd certainly lose your job. You wouldn't get a reference further on down the line. So he's really in a tight spot, and he's also getting the conniving, scheming Miss O'Brien telling him, well, he needs to keep on side with Thomas. So it's quite a
tricky one.
Tough mental state for him. Yeah.
And as far as lovely Ivy is concerned, obviously, we know why Daisy's been so horrible.
Yeah.
But you're really quite unsure, really, at the moment.
No, Ivy, she's very young and naive, and, she considers herself to be a really nice girl, so why would anyone possibly not like her? And she gets there, and Daisy is just not very welcoming at all.
And I feel quite sorry for Alfred, really, because I sort of think that had Jimmy not turned up, then probably something may very well have happened here. But she just fancies the pants off him, doesn't she?
She really does. And, you know, Alfred and Ivy have a really good friendship and they have a lot of fun together. And
well, he fixed your hollandaise
talk.
sauce.
He fixed the hollandaise sauce.
was a
He's the
good
dream
tip.
man, but she just really fancies Jimmy.
He hasn't played a clever game, though, because everyone knows that if you want to try and get the girl that you fancy, you keep your cards close to your chest, and he just lays it all out there. And that's the thing about Jimmy. Jimmy keeps his guard up, and that's why he's a lot more alluring, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we necessarily know where Jimmy's allegiances lie and who he's.
Well, that's the thing, because you've got Daisy likes Alfred and Alfred likes Ivy and Ivy likes Jimmy. So who does Jimmy actually like?
We will find out.
And this is actually the nub of the question.
Himself.
Himself. And how did it feel for you being a part of what is actually a global juggernaut now?
It's crazy, and it's wonderful to be able to watch sort of such experienced actors go about their business, and as a relative newbie, being able to see that is a great learning experience. Just to be able to see how they operate.
Well, you say that you watch Dame Maggie Smith. You do quite forensically. You watch how she operates and watch.
Quite forensically. No, Maggie is amazing. Every take is different, and everything is natural, and she makes everything seem spontaneous, and every quip that she has is hilarious, and it's a combination of brilliant writing from Julian and the spontaneity that she brings to every take.
It's great.
Wonderful.
Well, all of you make our Sunday nights. We do absolutely love it. I've got to ask you what you're holding in your hand. This is your football.
Now, be careful here, because there are a great many Ofcom rules and guidelines, OK?
Right.
So hold that up and just find me the logo, OK? Don't want any advertising on there. That's the crest. Now, what you're doing is you're actually directly appealing to Richard Branson.
Yeah, Richard Branson.
Simon Cowell.
Simon Cowell, any of the financial bigwigs. Basically, my home team club, Hereford United, they're in severe financial difficulties, and they could get wiped out. So, if anyone
wants to invest in Hereford United, then now is the time to do it.
And he'll come and fix your hollandaise sauce whenever you like. So I'll throw that in
I should also talk about the hotel plays, these things that I'm in at the minute.
Oh, yes, absolutely, yes.
It's 3 plays written by Tennessee Williams, who is this American writer who spent a lot of time at the end of his life in hotel rooms, and he absolutely hated them. He said souls burned to death in hotel rooms. He really didn't like them at all.
And this is the first time they've been showing these plays, isn't it?
That's correct, yeah. And
whereabouts are you?
They're doing site-specific theatre. So companies like Punch Drunk have done them before, and it's in the Grange Hotel in
Good
Malta.
Lord.
Goodness gracious me, that doesn't go on downstairs,
What a
does it?
Yeah,
Maybe it does.
Perk up any hotel room, that, isn't it?
Yeah,
We'll put all of the details of that on our website and where you are
thanks.
for you. So
In the meantime,
thank you
guys.
very much.
Can't wait to see how it all pans out. And I swear, if anybody else dies as a shock, then we're going to be outside Downton with placards. Really will be.
Thank you very much. Right, coming up, get rid of your tash in a flash. Sarah Jagger's got some helpful ways of removing your upper lip hair.
Yeah, so we're actually doing the upstairs and not the downstairs today.
Ah, that's very good.
It's after the break.